So, recently I just picked up the PlayStation Vita. If you've seen my channel, I do a lot of 3DS content on my channel, but in reality, I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. It's just that I never really had money to own both of the handheld systems, and at the time when I was choosing which system I should get, the 3DS had more games and games I actually wanted to play, but since I have a little extra money to spend, I decided to get the PlayStation Vita. And the Vita I went with was the PlayStation Vita 2000, the slimmer, lighter, 1 extra hour of battery Vita. Technically, the PS Vita 1000 is better because it has an OLED screen. I already knew that going into the Vita. It's just, if you didn't know me, I actually take my handhelds around. Unlike most people nowadays, I still take my handheld consoles around with me everywhere I go. And the thinner, lighter, extra battery was a big deal to me. And the new PS Vita 2000 actually came in a bundle with a memory card. And if you didn't know this, you're actually going to need a memory card on the PlayStation Vita, whether you're using the physical games from like GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart. You'll still need an actual memory card. And second of all, the memory cards are really, really expensive. Like an 8 gig card is like $30 or $40, which is really, really expensive because they take their own proprietary memory from Sony. So that's the big reason I went with the 2000 system, not just because it's slim and lighter, obviously, because it came with a memory card, which is a big deal too. It saved me a little bit more money. Now here's the bundle I actually bought. They only make one bundle as far as I know, and it's the Borderlands 2 bundle. Now to be fair, I already own Borderlands 2 on PC and a console, so I didn't really care too much about Borderlands 2. I thought it was cool to have on a handheld, but I didn't really care too much about it. But here's the bundle I bought, and I did buy a couple of games with my actual PS Vita. There's only about 7 or 8 games I actually want to own on Vita, to be honest. But if you did not know me, I actually play a lot of my games over and over and over and over. Like on 3DS right now, I've played 3D Land about 5 times through the whole story 5 times. So that really tells you how many times I actually play through a game. I don't normally sell my games or anything. I don't let dust collect on them. I'm usually replaying them. And here's the games I actually picked up on PlayStation Vita that I found were good. The majority of games I actually play on my consoles and handhelds and PCs are going to be platforming games. 3D platformers, 2D platformers, any platformers I love. That's my favorite genre next to RPGs. It has to be platformers. And the first one is the Sly Cooper Collection. It comes with Sly Cooper 1, Sly Cooper 2, Sly Cooper 3, but Sly Cooper 3 is actually a voucher in here. Luckily, I did buy Sly Cooper 3, or this Sly Cooper Collection, I did buy new. If you buy Sly Cooper Collection used, the Sly Cooper 3 code may be used, and you may not be able to get all 3 Sly Cooper games. So just take note of that. You may have to buy this new if you want 1, 2, and 3. If you're okay with only owning 2, then you can buy it used, because the code may already be used. But basically, this is a game I actually grew up with as a kid. I think I started with Sly Cooper 2, and it was an amazing game back on the PS2. And this game is kind of like a stealth game. It is a platforming game, but it's like a stealthy game. Like you're dodging laser beams, you're dodging big-ass lights, you're dodging like... Basically, it's like a spy, like James Bond or something, and you gotta like creep around buildings and stuff like that. It's a very fun platforming game. And I do love it. So that's the first one I picked up. And I picked it up brand new, luckily. I didn't even know the code. It came with the Sly Cooper 3 code that you had to put on your memory card. Now, the second game I bought on Vita is the Jak Daxter Collection. I also played this as a kid. I grew up with the first one. I actually bought it on release day. And this one comes with Jak 1, 2, and 3. And they're all on the actual game cartridge. Luckily, there's no download voucher for here. A lot of people have been saying this game has a lot of slowdown and a lot of glitches. I've already put in 5 hours into this, I can tell you, and I'm actually okay with it. It's not as bad as people are saying it is. It's actually an okay collection. But if you're looking for a good collection on PS Vita, I would honestly go with the Sly Cooper Collection I just showed you, because it does run a little bit better. But this one is still a good game if you can get it on the cheap. I wouldn't necessarily play 30 or 40, which it's going for right now. I would not pay that, because it does have problems. Like it lags a little bit, like some of the animations cut in and out and stuff like that. But other than that, it is a very solid platforming game. It just doesn't come with the Jak Racing game, if anyone remembers that. the Jak Racing game is kind of like gimmicky and weird. I don't think anyone actually played that Jak Racing game anyway. I think everyone disregarded it. But I am very glad to try Jak 2 and 3, because I actually never played Jak 2 and 3 ever. I only beat the first one, so I'm very excited. I think in Jak 2 and 3 it gets guns or something. I'm not sure, like Ratchet and Clank. And the last PS Vita game I bought was Rayman Legends. I know this is a port of Rayman Legends, but it is a very good port, and I actually do love it. The graphics look amazing on PS Vita, and the levels are just fun. It does have some touchscreen or touch panel controls as well, but overall it's a solid platformer on the Vita. It is a very good game. Now, those are just some of the games I own on Vita. I am going to be picking up more Vita games. The ones I would actually like to own are going to be a Little Big Planet, I think, Vita. Also, Tearaway, that game with the little paper cartoon guy, and you have to use the touchpad. Everyone said that game was amazing, but I couldn't find a copy in my city, so hopefully I'm going to be looking for that sometime soon. And I also want to get the Ratchet and Clank collection. I actually played all 3 Ratchet and Clanks and beat them as a kid, and I just want to get that collection. I love it. To be honest, I never really played the PS3 version because Ratchet and Clank went out of control because Sony thought it was like their big enterprise or big franchise, and they just kept making way too many Ratchet and Clank games. After I think the second one on PS3, I just stopped caring about Ratchet and Clank after that. So what I want to know is, where's Crash Bandicoot Collection and Spyro Collection? I loved those franchises as a kid. Those were awesome. They do need to bring those franchises over to the Vita. I would buy those instantly. Crash Bandicoot Collection and Spyro Collection. That would be awesome. But overall, those are just some games I own. If you want to add me on Vita, you can. My username on Vita is the same as my YouTube. It is Onside Homeboy, so if you want to add me, add me. I currently own no multiplayer games on Vita. If you have any recommendations on multiplayer games, I will check those out if you want to play with me. But as of right now, I own no multiplayer games. And overall, I am very satisfied with my system. Unlike a lot of people, when I actually bought the system, the guy at the counter told me not to buy it because it had no games. But clearly, he was wrong. I looked up a list of games, and there's at least like 20 more games coming out this year for the system. Whether it's indie games, classic games, new games, there's still games coming out. And I didn't really base my purchase off of what's coming out in the future. I based my purchase off of what's already out on the market, what I'm willing to play. You should never base your purchase off of what's coming out in the future. You should always base your purchase of a console or a handheld off of what's already currently on the market, because you never know when they're going to cut support on the system. So just look at the current games. And even though I'm only willing to buy about 7 or 8 games, I will have a fun time playing it while I do. And anyway, don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you want to see the latest updates on when my new YouTube videos are coming out, when my YouTube videos may be delayed, or things about me. I will always update there. So if you're wondering, follow me on Twitter, and my Twitter username is the same as my YouTube username. So just go ahead over there and search me up, and you can follow me for the latest updates. And I know that YouTube started doing a thing on the new YouTube app on iOS and Android. You have to update to the latest version of the application, the mobile app. Go into the iOS store or the Android App Store, Google Play Store, and update your app. And basically, while you're on someone's channel, you can click a little bell, and it'll notify you when the YouTube channel has uploaded a new video. So definitely do that if you want notifications when I'm posting a new video. And anyway, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out.